Last time on the Incursible Party, with Kylea, Opal, and Hellcrug joining the Veritas convoy sent to retrieve giant folk to enlist in the Mineral War, Rumpke is left on his own in the city, where he is still dealing with the last of his withdrawal symptoms and his seemingly permanent traveling companions in Mr. Olmok happy and Mr. Rumpke happy. Fire! Fire! Rumpke, you're in the ring at Nihlen's section of the Balkan Trim. You're sparring with Manny, the Minotaur, who has seemed to significantly have improved in the last about 4 days or so since you were here. But both of you in this ring, you hear the cries of alarm, your attention drawn towards the locker room. You see Jekyll the Heckle Pips. He's streaking back there with a bucket in hand. He's disappeared for just a matter of seconds, and then as he comes back out, holding up this bucket in front of him, you see just like tendrils of smoke and steam kind of billowing up from it as he's heading back into this main section of the gym. And he kind of walks right up to the ring, holding the bucket up to you. Hey, Rumpke! Your shit was on fire, you mook!
My stuff's on fire? What the hell? I jump out of the ring. Is it still burning in there?
Oh, it's all right here. And he holds his bucket out to you, and you see like at the bottom of it is like this sopping wet and charred used towel there, along with your now cooling sending stone. It was once bright red hot coloring. It's quickly fading to this natural gray as it's cooling in the water. And it's very clear that there's been some flurry of activity that you have missed with your sending stone.
I sort of dump it out onto the floor and kick it, try to touch it, make sure it's not hot. This is the thing that caught on fire? Ugh, that doesn't make any sense. And I sort of walk back over to sit down on the bench, and I look at it. It's not doing anything now, right?
No, it's quiet. It has cooled now. You can handle it without burning yourself. And like, there's no indication that you've missed some activity. Like, it doesn't tell you, 2,000 missed calls or anything like that.
Well, nothing else is damaged there, right?
This was all that was in the locker. Heckle will kind of just put the bucket down next to you and just storm off back to his whatever he was working out at with.
All right, I'll lay it back down in the bucket, go back to the locker, see if there's anything else in there that I put in that's been destroyed, my clothes or anything else that I've had. And
sure. Well, what do you put on the workout clothes? Basically, you like completely change of clothes.
I just have my when I'm boxing, I'm probably in my shorts, but I sort of had like a T-top shirt and a few things inside there, and So if there's anything of any still in good condition, I'll keep it. If not, I'll throw it all away. Sort of wipe it up. This is relatively a new place here at the Balkan Trim. I want to keep it nice. Don't want to cause any problems. So, and then put the stone back in there, and then wash up a little bit, come back out, and make sure the kerfuffle's over. Nobody's sort of giving me the eye.
And you come out and you get a few glances to you, but like it just kind of seems business as usual after this bit of a flare up. You kind of see again, like the two Happies have never disappeared. They're always with you still. They're kind of almost off by themselves, and they appear to just be kind of bickering with each other. And which you've been noticing has been becoming kind of more of a thing between the two of them. Obviously, like you've always kind of felt like they're antithetical to each other, obviously, right? They're literally, I mean, it's very clear to Rumpke, they're literally this clash of essentially two ideals and two personas, but manifest in whatever they constitute as, whether it's a vision or I mean, your hallucinations are supposed to have been subsided from the withdrawals, yet the Happies still remain. But it does seem like they're getting a little more antagonistic with each other as of late. But you see Manny has climbed out of the ring, and he kind of, lumbers his big Minotaur body up to, Rumpke, everything okay back there?
Yeah, just a little glitch in something. No issues, no damage done. Hey, wanted to tell you, looking good in there.
Oh, well, thank you. I modeled myself after you, actually.
You're pretty sure-footed, even though, so I thought maybe the hooves wouldn't do as well, but you're pretty quick on your feet.
Well, the good thing about being a Minotaur is even with 2 left hooves, they still face the same way.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I sort of pat him on the shoulder. Go, well, you done for the day?
Oh, I think so. Might just be hitting the showers and going home.
Yeah, good for you. Maybe we'll catch a beer.
Oh, I like that very much. Although I've quit drinking.
Well, I mean, you can get whatever. Maybe a sarsaparilla or something.
Oh, nice apple juice.
That works for you.
And he'll kind of give you his own pat on the back and then head off into the locker rooms.
Okay. Anybody else there that I know?
It's not too crowded. Just some of the general, the people that Nihlen manage. Again, Nihlen has said to you this is for my represented fighters, right? This is a section separate from the rest of the bulk and trim. So it's not like anybody that obviously everyone is welcome to the bulk and trim, but not in this quote unquote restricted area. Here today you see Dukes Up Abzan is here. He's a male dwarf. He's got this big black beard down to his waist. Kind of a comically large black-haired man bun as well, sprouting off the back of his head. In addition to Jekyll Pips, and Jekyll is this. He's kind of skinny and lanky human, and you've seen him fight. So he's both Duke and Jekyll are both unsanctioned, so they're not part of the Brawlers Club. So you're definitely more familiar with the way they fight, and you've seen Jekyll. His whole thing is riling up the crowd and getting them to boo him. He loves to be the heel of whatever match he's in. He wants to be the villain. That's his shtick. He's not very good at fighting, but he's good at antagonizing his opponent and the crowd. That's what he's great at.
Okay. Have they been treating me like before? I mean, I know there's been a lot of things that's been going on from the Trinity and other things that were going around, and with Gilgaroy had mentioned to me, people are probably not good to you be around this kind of thing, this kind of area. Does anybody seem standoffish to me?
Why don't you roll me an insight check?
16. 1 level of exhaustion, so 15.
You get there's definitely some reservation, especially that first day that you had shown up here and signed with Nihlen, which was on the only 4 days ago, the first of the month you were here. When you were here, you had Lucius the Ghost, Vaslo was here, as well as Owen Boomerang King. It seemed like the Nihlen's full roster of representation was in the gym here that day, and you definitely have got some looks in and have gotten a few wary looks. I wouldn't say anybody has been standoffish with you. Obviously, Jekyll, being how he is, he's the heckler. He heckles everybody, whether or not he's in or out of the ring, it seems. So maybe telling the difference between his behavior based on what information he might have or who else is influencing him might be a little difficult, but Duke's always been friendly with you. He's kind of he's almost like a jovial kind of surfer kind of dude as it is, so he seems pretty laid back. But definitely it seems like, for the most part, people are at least tangentially aware of your situation. I don't think this is anything specifically you've really spoken to Nihlen about, how he handles your infamy with, the rest of his clients. He certainly didn't bring it up himself and didn't seem like he was concerned about that at the immediate outset.
So I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to buddy up to a few of these guys, talk to them, and sort of squash those rumors down a little bit. I'm just a victim of circumstance more than in this big thing. So sort of just get the feel of what they might know, and if they were to relay any information back to the Trinity, I want them to make that a little bit less dangerous for me. So I want to go over and talk to, let's say, Duke right off the bat, because Duke seems to be something, like you said, he was sort of a guy I get along with a little bit. So I walk over to Duke, and as he's, I assume, lifting weights or something, and hey Duke, need a spot there?
Oh, hey there, Rumpke. Yeah, I could always use a spot.
Yeah, all right. I go over and get, behind him on the bench there. So how you been there, Duke? Any good fights recently?
You can see like he's got some bruising under his left eye, clearly from a recent fight. Yeah, man, I took a win just the other night.
Oh yeah, who'd you fight?
It was great. Oh, geez, some up and comer. My record's not all that great, so my matchups are a little questionable. I got to talk to Nihlen about that, actually.
Yeah, you look like he popped you pretty good there. Now, come on, you can get another one. Push.
Yeah. You know what? And he kind of racks the bar. Why don't you throw another plate on either side here? I'll go for my 1 rep max.
All right. Want this big one?
Yeah, the biggest.
All right. Sliding it on there. And go to the other side, putting the other plate on. So, any good rumors lately?
What do you mean?
What's going on? I mean, I've been around. I've been out. I hadn't been feeling good for a couple weeks now, and haven't got to hear what's going on with the fights. Haven't heard anything.
Well, rumor is that you're going to be moving up to the big time soon.
That's what we're hoping for there. Nihlen, Nihlen. He says whatever he needs to say, but he says it's time.
Yeah, Nihlen knows talent, man. He knows talent. That's the one thing I can say about him.
Yeah. I mean, did you hear I was dead?
You know what? I did read that. Who's this Frank guy spreading that rumor?
Yeah, Frank. He was a guy he lived with, over in the den. There's, circumstances there. He was just one of the many of the roommates that I had. And I guess the place got caught on fire or something, And I sort of looked back at the locker room. And then back at him. And so something happened. And, like I said, I was not feeling well. I was over at a friend's house, sort of recovering. And I guess people put 2 and 2 together, thought I was dead.
Can you give me a persuasion check, please?
16.
That's some story. That actually might come in handy. People think you're dead. The people.
I was thinking that, and then I thought, I'm going to be fighting here in the big leagues. Somebody's going to know I'm not dead pretty quick.
That's true. Oh, I'm sure Nihlen will sort it out. He says he's got a plan for everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Anything else going on?
I haven't been fighting at great places. Nihlen puts me at the Bloody Ball Tavern all the time. It's a bit of a shithole.
Yeah, I've heard. And all those guys I hear over there that they're getting on that stuff. The stoop.
No way. You know what? That might explain my last opponent. He was a little wobbly right from the outset.
Yeah, that stuff. You gotta stay away from that stuff.
Oh, hey, I'm a temple. He pats his chest. His body is a temple.
Oh, yeah. Nihlen doesn't have anybody doing that stuff, does he? I sort of say that quietly.
Gods, I hope not. You know what? If he does, I'm finding new representation. I don't care if Nihlen's got a 15-point plan for me to get into the Brawlers. I'll take my chance. My chance is somewhere else, That's awful stuff. You gotta treat yourself with respect.
You're a good guy. I said the same thing. People were asking around. They're trying to get me to do some of it. Some of the Trinity guys, they were pushing it. And I said I wasn't into it. And next thing you know, I'm here and I got a bad rap, a bad name going around town just because I just got to keep my mouth shut and stay away from that stuff.
Yeah, wow, I've been approached a couple times by some Trinity fella, or he said he was Trinity anyways. And yeah, you're right. They're pushing this stuff all over the place. I don't know if they've understood who they were talking to. Like, I'm the Duke. I don't dabble in that stuff.
Why would anybody come up to the Duke? I mean, foolish.
Yeah, so I sent that barefoot mother sucker a packing the second he showed it up to me.
Hey, you should have clocked him.
Hey, I don't do no punching unless I'm getting paid to do it.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, you gonna lift this thing or not?
Yeah, come on, let's go. Light touch.
All right, let's do it. I'll work out with him for a few more minutes, sort of just make it, just so that all sort of blends away, and then, unless somebody else has any, is there anybody else in here that looks like they might be somebody I need to talk to?
Well, yeah, I mean, as you've been working out with Duke, you've seen like Manny has left. He kind of waves you goodbye, and as you're kind of wrapping up with Duke, Nihlen Rack does walk in, and immediately he spots you and waves you over, rushing up to you. Rumpke, Bubby baby, how you been?
Hey, Di, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, and he slaps you on the back.
Just getting a good workout in. I want to tell you, Manny's coming along really good. You need to be watching that guy.
Hey, I know talent.
You surely do. Speaking of that, we all ready for the fight coming up?
Yeah, look, that's what I want to talk to you about. Let's go back to my office. Kind of put an arm around you and guide you back to the office. And he's like, "Hey, Duke, looking good, my friend. Heckle, keep it up. Keep that wit sharp. Keep it sharp." Making his good hellos to everyone there, and sets you into his office. He motions for you to have a seat as he sits behind his desk. Look, I don't know how to tell you this. I don't know if it's going to be a shock to you, but Rumpke's dead. He's dead in this business, all right? Dead as a doornail.
Now, you and I both know that's not true, but lots of people don't. I hear you.
Hey, I mean figuratively here. Rumpke's unmarketable. You know that. Even in the big leagues, the Trinity has connections. I can get you into the Brawlers, and I will, as I told you I would. But even there, you need a whole new identity. You need a whole new persona here. If they're still looking for you, that means trouble for both of us.
All right, I see where you're coming from. It doesn't sound like a bad... I mean, I did do a lot of work getting my reputation built up, but... Okay, I see what you're saying.
Hey, look, your reputation is my reputation, and my reputation is golden. I got some leverage of my own, but I certainly can't move that kind of weight if you got all this heat on you. Hey, I'm not saying this as a surprise. I knew that when I, gave you the contract. But look, I got it all figured out. Now, you come with me, we'll see my buddy Alfie over at the Affable Attire. He outfits all my fighters. We'll get you some new ring clothes, maybe cover up a few of those tattoos. They're pretty recognizable, pal. And once you're in the Brawlers, we can look into maybe getting them removed altogether, Hey, say, you bald on purpose? Or are we stuck with the no hair thing?
I mean, I think there's a little bit there that's just not going to come back.
All right, wig it is. Look, hey, we need a new catchy ring name too. So you think on that. But look, I got some ideas of my own.
Yeah, all right, I'm with you. What? Pitch me some of your ideas there.
Hey, no. You know me. And he just slicks a hand through his greasy hair. I'm all about the presentation. I'm not just gonna throw out no words to you without putting on the show. Let's go. We got lined up. We got to meet Alfie in 30 minutes.
All right, let's go.
All right. And he will, you can leave the bulk and trim. He will take you to the new Quarrelers station to catch a wagon, right? To catch a wagon down to the Wares district. And with the disruption in service, you're both kind of standing there longer than normal, right? As you know, a lot of Lehan's wagon supply and carriage supply has been diverted elsewhere with the Veritas, and that is inevitably going to have an impact on the city. You can kind of see Nihlen getting a little impatient, and as you're standing there, the two Happies, they're again still kind of bickering, and then one of them kind of speaks up to you. Well, Mr. Rumpke, Nihlen fella, this could be a great opportunity for you. Just kind of get rid of all of your past. Just completely forget about it. Fresh, clean start. Get rid of all those tattoos. I'm not saying you need some hair or anything, but it might be a good look for you.
So yeah, I respond in my head back to him. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Happy. This could get us out of a real bind. I was a little worried that somebody was going to notice me.
No, Mr. Olmok. That's ludicrous. You can't just erase who you are.
Well, I'm not. I'm still learning a lot more about who I am there, Happy. I still know who the enemy is. I just don't know what to do about it yet.
Mr. Olmok, you're telling me you'd even think about removing your tattoos? Just even consider. Did you get to any of them while you were in Stormcape as your current self?
No, but I also don't know, other than I sort of rub on my arm like I'm scratching it. Other than this one right here, I don't really know what the other ones are.
Well, exactly. You have to think. Clearly, they had some significance to Mr. Olmok. You.
No, I get it. I just gotta find somebody to help me. Why don't you tell me what they are?
Oh, Mr. Olmok, I know as much as you do, okay? This is why this whole thing is so frustrating. Mr. Rumpke, just don't listen to him. Nobody needs to get out of hand here. We don't need to fly off the handle. Now, just shut up, Happy. No, you shut up. And they start to tussle, they've grabbed each other by the collar.
So as I'm sitting there with Nihlen, I just sort of go, "Would you both settle down?" Out loud.
Nihlen, he's looking at his fingernails, just biding the time, and he's jumps. Rumpke, Bubby, baby, what are you talking about?
Nah, there's some people passing by here. Sorry about that, Nihlen. Yeah, I'm saying, I think this new identity thing is going to be a great idea, as long as it's not something a little too hokey. I mean, I'm no heckle or anything, but this might be a fresh start. I like it.
Ha! That's a good attitude. And a wagon carriage finally pulls up that you can clamber into, and it will take you down to the wearer's station. And Nihlen is quick to just file out of the wagon, and he just starts kind of hauling ass down the street, leaving you to pay the driver.
Okay. I assume before I left I picked up what little things I had and the stone. And so I sort of look at the driver and how much?
And you'll ask for the few copper pieces at it.
Okay. I sort of dig in there. I give him a few copper pieces. I start to walk away, and then I go back and give him 1 copper piece as a tip.
And he thanks you.
Roll my eyes.
Nihlen's shouting for you. Hey, come on!
And I follow along.
Okay, so the affable attire is kind of in the southwest portion of the Wares district, pretty close to the Troop de Loop Academy, actually, kind of on the other side of the first parallel connector, basically, on the east side of it. And the affable attire, as Nihlen kind of mentioned, is owned by somebody named Alfie. It's Alfalfa Airstring. And as you walk in, you see this gnome, clearly a tailor. He's got a tape measurer slung over his shoulders, right, hanging down in front of him like an undone tie. He himself looks like he's in very modestly dressed. On there's racks and racks of all sorts of clothing. You do clearly get the general sense that affable attire is meant to be kind of that middle class types of costs and middle to low, right? So there's nothing super high end here. If you wanted more of the high end clothing that may be associated with trips to the plateau and that kind of stuff, or the bathysphere, you would want to go to Sachet for that type of stuff. So this is kind of the more affordable clothing store. But again, still things here look very well made, very expertly crafted, regardless of some of the more inexpensive materials that are used here. The second Alfie sees Nihlen, he's hurries over to both of you on his little gnome legs. Ah, Mr. Rack, it's always a pleasure. And he kind of looks you over. Oh, clearly another fighter here for me to outfit, I see.
I feel a little uncomfortable because fashion's never been a thing that I've ever cared about in any way. So I sort of look down to him and go, yeah, something nice, but, not too over the top.
He's already got his tape measure up unslung from around his neck, and he's like measuring up like your legs and your inseam. Excuse me.
Hey, watch it there. Here, let me adjust, and you can get your measurement.
Yes, just move that over to the side a little bit there.
There you go.
Now, I'm Alfalfa Airstring. This is, of course, affable attire. Please, I insist, call me Alfie. Now, I've already have a number of things prepared, as per Nihlen's instructions. Let's go back into the fitting rooms. And he just, like, scampers to the back of his shop.
Now, do I know that in the fights that people typically have some kind of, like, are they wearing shirts and stuff at the next level, or is this going to be weird?
This is very different. It's not common for even Brawlers Club members to be in some type of costume.
So this is like going to a boxing match, and then somebody shows up with the mask and the...
A luchador mask, yes.
Yeah, luchador.
That's literally exactly what this seems to be. Now, obviously, you haven't seen any of the outfits yet, but the way that, Nihlen and Alfie have been speaking, it seems very clear to you that you're probably not going to be shown a normal fight attire.
Okay, so I am uncomfortable here then. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I look over at Nihlen and I go, you sure you know what you're doing with this?
Rumpke, come now. Your livelihood is my livelihood. Look, we're going to usher in an entire new generation of fighters, a revolution to the industry. Come on. And we could kind of cue a little montage here of trying on outfits. You got Nihlen and Alfie sit on the big cushy couches. You're, behind the curtain putting on all your clothes. The first thing they have for you to try on is this brightly colored unitard. It's like neon green with purple like flashes of color across it. As you come out, both Nihlen and Alfie are clapping. The streak! What do you think of this one?
No, the zipper's in the wrong place. And I can't even lift my arms up above my head.
Next is a full, like, black leather getup, like the opposite of the streak. You got fringe chaps, your option of assless or not, with a long-sleeved, like, black shirt with a studded jacket over top of it, complete with, like, a gimp mask, like a full face covering. Talking about luchador mask. Aha! The Annihilator!
Now, far be it from me to shame anybody on anything that they might find interesting. I started to look at both of them, and my eyebrow goes up. But I think we might be attracting the wrong crowd here. I don't think this is me. I mean, and I sort of flip the fringy stuff on the leather. I go, a little too much.
I think you look great. Well, all right, noted.
And why the zipper on the mouth? You're very creaky, Christmas.
Rumpke, baby, that's so no one can hear you scream when they punch you.
I don't scream, Nihlen.
He holds up his hands defensively. Oh, Mr. Rumpke, that's quite fetching. This is perhaps awakening something in me.
Well, why don't you buy it for yourself, and let's move on to the next one.
The next one, the last outfit they have for you is this puffy white long sleeve shirt. It's got a frilly collar and frills at the sleeve cuffs. Dark red and brown striped pants, also very puffed out around the hips, complete with an eye patch. Nihlen is like, aha, the plank. This is my favorite one.
Look, maybe a little bit less flashy. And I don't want the eye patch on. The eye patch is good. I mean, I need both eyes.
Well, he has a point there. Nihlen, depth perception is important. Okay, how about you tell me what you like, and old Alfie, I'll put together whatever you have envisioned.
How about this? How about this? And I sort of describe what would Clangeddon's dress be.
Okay, I like that.
Armor with big shoulder pads, like
Yeah.
actually just straps with shoulder pads.
So do you want to have something that does cover up like your upper body and like the tattoos on it?
Yeah.
So you would want something long sleeved?
Yeah, long sleeved. Because I don't know how much accessories you're allowed to wear in a fight, right? You wouldn't be able to have a chest plate or anything. That doesn't make any sense. So it looks like he's got sort of a leather. Oh, here's a terrible one. He's got purple gloves that go all the way up to his wrist, and he's got like shoulder pads that are like feathers.
Oh, okay.
And maybe sort of a purplish type kilt.
And you like, as you're describing this, Alfie's eyes are like lighting up wide, like he's clearly like already worrying with how he's gonna put it together.
Yeah, and then the shirt just sort of has you can't really do straps across it, but
Well, you could do like crisscrossing leather straps as if like a harness you're wearing on the front of you, attached to these kind of feather-laden shoulder pads.
yeah, they're like axes.
Totally, yeah. And if that's the motif you want of the shape of them, like Alfie will be able to do that for sure.
Okay, perfect. And I'll be well, let's see. I was going to say the hammer, but it could be the Axeman or something to that effect.
Hey, we'll workshop it. All right, there, Rumpke.
All right.
Look, this is great.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about this one. The other three, good suggestions and all, but this feels more in line with me.
And you can see as you're like describing this, like it's clear, like Mr. Omok Happy is like, he's got his arms kind of crossed, but he's like nodding in like agreement, like he's like, yes, this clearly he likes the sound of what you're describing, as he's obviously picking up on where you're drawing the information from, or the inspiration from.
Okay.
Well, just give me a day. I mean, your fight's in less than 2. We got to put this together very quickly.
Sounds good. Yeah. Make sure the boots have little wings on them too.
Haha, I like it. Fleet of foot.
So I look over at Nihlen and go, all right, so I guess get this guy paid and then we'll be ready. Not gonna get stuck with a bill.
And Alfie's like already, you see him like pulling on reams of fabric, and he's like stretching a part out and testing how durable it is, as he's giving them a tug, and testing like tensile strengths and moving from fabric to fabric and color to color, trying to get what you described from him. He's already like sketching out a mock-up of the clothing design, like a fashionista would in their drawing book of design ideas. And yeah, Nihlen kind of like seeing Alfie as already preoccupied will just like usher you out of the shop.
I was a little iffy on this, Nihlen, but I'm coming around to it.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be great. I can't wait to get Manny in here.
Oh yeah, you got any ideas for Manny?
Well, I'm thinking something with lots of layers, lots of flowing fabrics as he charges at you in the ring. All you see is a flurry of clothing coming at you, hiding his attacks. He's very nimble.
Have you ran this idea past anybody else in the Brawlers?
Are you kidding? I'm not giving away this million gold idea. We're gonna be rich. We're gonna usher in an entirely new crowds pulled in to see the flashiness of the fights. And you know what? I've even been toying with the idea of some scripted fights.
You mean like where the outcome is already predetermined?
Yes, that way we control the narrative. We can tell stories with what happens in the ring, not simply a punch here and a punch there, but we can form narratives. We can shape this entire industry into something new. Yes, it's gonna be huge.
I try to mask my discomfort with this idea, knowing that right now I'm just going to play along. I'm already in a contract, and I just need to bide my time. I need to find out what's going on here. So I go, yeah, that's you definitely got you're pointing your nose in a direction for sure.
Ha! It slaps you on the back again. All right, I'm off to Dare to Dazzle. I'm gonna be making you an appointment.
What's the Dare to Dazzle?
Giovanni will work wonders with whatever hairs you have left.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't remember ever having any, so this will be interesting.
Again, we'll figure out what type of hairstyle matches your outfit. All right, Axeman.
Yeah, well, I'll catch you later there, Nihlen. And I sort of walk the other direction. Whatever direction is away from him, even if it's back towards my place, I go the opposite way for a while.
He actually heads south down the first parallel connector, and you see he crosses into the artisanal alley, which is the district where like Toggles Sprockets is, where the Troupe de Loop is. That is clearly towards where Dare to Dazzle is located.
Okay, I just start walking. I'm not going to take a carriage. It's hard to find one, and I don't have the coin right now, so I'm just going to head back. Try to process everything that just happened, and go back and get some rest.
Okay, and you can do. I mean, that's kind of the day. So you get home, and there's no sign of Hellcrack Hylia or Opal.
But that's not. I was sort of expecting they could be gone for many days. We weren't really sure when they left how long they were going to be gone, right?
Yeah, there was definitely the possibility that they may join and travel with the convoy. It wasn't fully decided, but yeah, you're right. Them being gone is not necessarily any reason to be alarmed by their absence.
I'm trying to think if I've got some time, what I would do if I would try to go research more, maybe at the church.
Well, so for tonight, you're not concerned about their absence, yeah?
Right.
Okay, so you kind of basically plotted the majority of the day away here, so you can go ahead and get in another long rest and can get rid of your last level of exhaustion here, right? You had one left, so we can kind of move into the beginning of the next day here, which is May the 6th. So like tomorrow night is your big debut fight at the Concordance Ring to get you into the Brawlers Club. If you win that, then you're into the Brawlers, according to Nihlen.
Okay.
As you wake up again, the Happies are still with you. It seems like whatever bickering they were having with each other yesterday has kind of subsided a little bit. Mr. Olmok Happy, again, he's the one in like the gleaming armor. He seems like almost like more content. Clearly, like your choices in your attire here, even though you're technically covering up what he didn't want you to basically rid yourself of. Clearly, still, it's like he's been satiated with the choices you've made. And Mr. Rumpke Happy, again, in his kind of the stolen rags that you pulled up the clothesline, right? You had told him maybe you can pick up some leathers for yourself. If you were serious about that, that may influence the way he appears to you.
Sure.
So you're seeing like this influence and kind of the extent of almost of the connection you have. So like you basically like you're almost like picture when you're on stage, picture them in your underwear, but here you're picturing Happy in his gimp suit, and here he is in the frilled assless chaps, full gimp mask, unzipped so he can speak. This is now the new attire of Mr. Rumpke Happy that you've put him in. And it's clear, like, it's clear, like, if you're like, oh boy, okay, no, never again, and you think back to how he was when you sent him off on the boat, like, you have an influence over the way you're viewing them, right? The way you see them.
All right, so yeah, because I would never be able to take Rumpke Happy seriously again. I'd have to go full Olmok at that point because
this is too much.
So I'm starting to be able to piece together that I influence the Happy's decisions or what they're telling me. And what they look like and what their influences are. I knew that before, but now I can see I have power over that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because obviously before it was pretty obvious that you weren't getting any new information from them. Mm-hmm. Like it was very clear that they are essentially echoes of perhaps subconscious thoughts or more of your opinions that are at the forefront of your consciousness, or your, like, things you're thinking, like, in those moments, perhaps. It's almost like they're this reflective surface. Very clearly, whatever turmoil is going on within you is just being reflected to the both of them. Again, you may not be, oh, I bet Mr. Olmok is not going to like me getting rid of my tattoos. It's more like, oh, it makes complete sense that he would be against that type of action. Like the second it's, again, like, reflected back, you're like hearing this echo almost of something that you kind of didn't realize you were saying almost.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes perfect sense. Okay, so I think while I'm waiting for the fight, I've sort of I'm a little concerned about how I'm going to appear popping out in this ring dressed as a character that nobody's seen this type of thing before, and I could get just laughed right out of the place. So I'm not very comfortable with that. So I'm trying to keep my mind occupied on something else. So I think my next thing that I want to try to get some information on is the whole thing with the Veritas and the Forge Worn, and what happened. Where is the Forge Worn? What's going on with them? I don't know anything really about them at all, other than my flashbacks. So what would I think would be a place for me to be able to get some information on the current mineral war? What's the news essentially of that kind of thing? The papers don't seem to be talking about that kind of information, like what's going on with the Nautilus shard or anything.
You do know the Storm's Herald does have a mineral war correspondent, an investigator named Jazz Sparks, and just due to how far away Storm Cape is from the action and the war front, like occasionally he'll have submitted an article to the paper. Like in the last issue, there was one written by him. So they're not appearing every 2 weeks like the Storm's Herald is being put out, but perhaps in past issues, because again, this current mineral war has been going on for 848 years. That's what the current year of this era you're in represents, right? As a new mineral war starts, that ushers in a new era for Senta. So there's, the Storm's Herald hasn't been obviously operating that long, just based on the way they number their issues that come out. They've been operating for nearly a century. So there is a lot of potential back issues that you could maybe try and like sift through and start looking through to find like more articles either from Jazz Sparks himself or whoever might have been the mineral war correspondent for the paper at the time. Maybe there hasn't been one that existed for the entirety of the Storm's Herald run, but you could almost like going back through the microfiche films at the library type thing, right? Like you could look at some of these back issues that would be stored at the Collegiate Library for sure.
Do I know where the Storm's Herald is?
Yeah, absolutely. The Storm's Herald is located in the Cognition District, actually the same district where the Collegiate Library is.
Okay, so I think what I might do if I feel like I have the time, because When am I fighting tonight?
Tomorrow night. So it's the 6th. You're fighting on the night of the 7th.
So I've got a whole day, and like I said, I want to keep my mind off of this. So I think I'll be going to the library. I'll be walking in there thinking maybe I'll look up, see if I can find some information. And it pops into my head, why don't I just go talk to Jazz Sparks? Apparently he might know a little bit more information rather than trying to read all this stuff.
Okay, so if you are specifically wanting to speak to Jazz, for him to be reporting means he is not in the city, right? Means that he is, like, the Mineral War correspondent is like on site, at the front line type journalism. So most likely he wouldn't be in the city. He would be down there creating his articles and then, sending them, back to Stormcape to be printed weeks after the thing right? So because of that distance and the delay in actual reporting, obviously what you will find in the most recent issue of Storm's Herald may not be 100% accurate, right? Like, things could have changed since then. So being this far from the actual Mineral War itself, again, the reason Stormcape was founded here, right? To get away from all of that, like, that's gonna hinder you in getting the most accurate and up-to-date information. Maybe somebody else at the Herald would have more information or have been like, oh yeah, maybe they've heard from Jazz, but if you want to speak to him specifically, there most likely will not be in Stormcape, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to do, and cover the section of Storm's Herald that they're literally hired to do, right?
I think what I'm trying to accomplish is to get some kind of connection with someone in the city that might have information about the Forge Worn. And at least someone who could, in my head, find somebody who's more sympathetic to the Forge Worn. Barring not knowing anyone with that background, I guess I will go look at some papers and see if there's any names that are mentioned of somebody in the city that might have been in one of those articles, or anything if I could find. I'll ask the librarian. Say as I go in, I haven't been banned, right?
No, just Kylia. Okay. So, but before you leave the house for the morning,
yeah,
there has been a development with Scuttle's condition.
Uh-oh.
The trend, so that he extra skin had kind of flown and grown out from him, waiting to be filled. It had then turned hard, and it had taken on like a translucent green, where you could still kind of see his shifting body inside of it. Now that hardened shell has gone completely opaque, you could no longer see into it at all, even if you held up like a light source, like to backlight it, just nothing getting through. And it's starting to turn from green into more of a muted brown color. And it does seem like it is expanding.
Okay. How big is it right now?
Oh, it's about the size of a standard couch cushion, so maybe like 2 feet by 2 feet. It looks like it's very quickly, I wouldn't say quickly, but it since you paid some attention to it last night or yesterday, it's clear you've noticed the change in size. So I would say currently it's probably like small creature size, because obviously Scuttle himself was a tiny creature, and now at this point, like if something were to be inside of it, a small creature like a gnome-sized creature would fit inside of this cocoon, chrysalis, whatever it is. That's your size reference here.
I really want to just take the damn thing back down to the tree and get it out of our house, because I don't know if it's going to be another mama problem. But I know everybody else would probably be very much against that. We don't have a cage or anything that can restrain this thing as it eventually gets out of this chrysalis sack. I'll listen. I'll put. Is it gooey, or is it like?
It seems like it is no longer like sticky or gooey. It's more. It almost feels like it's not like stone. It's not smooth though. It's kind of porous. So you are touching it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to it and touch it first.
Okay, so if you like, even like a tentative poke, where you press, it's essentially like this, almost like this paper thin layer that kind of crinkles at your touch, and then you've hit like the hard part, right? It's just this very thin coating that seems like you could easily like brush away or brush off.
I'll sort of put my ear up to it, not touching my ear, but just right up to it. You okay in there?
Sure, give me a perception check.
I don't have any levels of exhaustion now, right? So 14.
Wow, the first unnegative D20 roll for who knows how long. So 14 is you kind of put your ear close to it. You can hear, and as you speak out, you hear like a thump thump from the inside of it, like as if something is like think of like a pregnant woman feeling a kick kind of thing.
1 kick yes, 2 kick no. Are you going to kill us when you get out of here? Listen carefully. 1 kick yes, 2 kicks no. That's it, no more than that. Do you understand? Alright. Are you turning into Mama? Do I need to take you back to the tree?
There's a silence for a couple seconds. And again, that kind of 1 pause, 1, 2.
All right, I'm going to leave you alone for now. When do you think you're going to be cracking out of that thing? Well, okay. Changing the rules. 1 kick for every day.
You no kicks.
Tonight? Yes, no again. All right, do I need to be here for this thing? All right, well, I'll be back in a few hours. I'm going to the library. No? You're saying no to not go like, okay.
When you say you're leaving instantly, no.
You need me to stick around then? All right. I sit down on the other part of the couch.
Mr. Olmec, are you actually entertaining this? Come on, we have to figure out who we need to seek out somebody we can talk to.
I know, but what this thing gonna turn into is gonna be a whole nother problem.
Who cares about that? Who cares what it wants? Mr. Rumpke, I certainly hates to agree with Happy here, but I think he may be right. I don't know how much of a concern this thing is to us right now. Tell me, what would Rumpke do?
All right, I'm going to the library. And I go over and walk out the door, shut it up, lock it, put the key in the stone.
And as you close that door, the no fades and shuts out as you close the front door.
So yeah, I don't have time for this. That's somebody else's problem.
Okay, so you want to go basically start like a bout of research then at Collegiate Library?
Yeah, I know that the Veritas are in town. I know that there's a lot more going on. We know a little bit about the Giants, and all I can surmise is that this is going to be bad for my family's already taken the brunt of this, but for the Forgeworn, and for me to be able to get more information on the true enemy, I need to at least find out more about where I come from. So that's what I'm going to go try to look up.
Great. Yeah, so then we'll just like consider this like your own research. So that can include obviously back issues of the Storm's Herald. So there's 2,582 issues of the Storm's Herald that have been put out in the last century. So there's a lot there to potentially go to. You can obviously like, okay, I only really care about like the last 15 years, or you know what I mean? Like you can certainly decide to narrow down on a specific section. And like very quickly, like, you'll be able to like leaf through and you know, it'll take a bit of time, but you'll be able to quickly identify like the issues that have some type of article from a Mineral War correspondent or that pertain to the Mineral War, right? It's not like you have to read every single issue to figure that out.
Is there somebody, some magic that I can pay at the library that sort of does like a large language model thing that can just sort of go and find just the key words in the document to be able to...
The Arcanist Academia is strictly against large language magic. I'm sorry.
They must have learned a lesson years ago in the Second Mineral War.
Yeah, when they took over. When they... So, do you also want to seek, like, more on the side of, like, historical texts? Like, because obviously, there's more that's written about the Mineral Wars than just what the Storm Shadow reports. While they may be reporting specific action and specific, like, day-to-day actions, I think it's like Storm Shadow reporting would be like a microcosm of, you know, specific section of the war. Obviously, there's, like, historical text for, you know, the first two Mineral Wars that you would be able to find and read as well as part of this, kind of encompassed in your research hours. So you can certainly like find that stuff, because again, you say you specifically want to find stuff written about the Forgeworn.
Ultimately, what I'm trying to do is find somebody within the city that is that I could talk to about the Forgeworn situation currently. But since I don't know anybody, I will look and see what's been written about the Forgeworn, hoping the article would say something like, you know, Bobby Smith of whatever in the whatever, who has ties to the Forgeworn clan, says that, or, you know, has reported that this particular person did something. You know, that way I can go find that guy and sort of go, you know, what's going on here. I don't necessarily want to tell them I'm part of the Harbane family and all that, but I do want to, you know, find somebody I can talk to. And I know that might not be readily available, and I'll give it a good try just to start.
Okay, I mean, again, you've helped out with researching here with the rest of the party before, so we'll just continue to abide by those researching rules. So it will cost you 25 gold pieces. That's going to basically get you ready access to everything that you may need, including, you know, help from, perhaps you do find someone more less averse to the LLM than the rest of the library staff here. But that's basically what that entails. And you're going to have to put in a 40-hour work week on basically we'll just consider it the topic of the Forgeworn. Yeah?
All right. And I'll get in, 8 hours today?
Yep, that's absolutely. And now again, since you have paid, you know, whenever the rest of the party returns, you know that you can like share that time, right? You can spread the time out over more than just like you, a single person.
Okay.
Listen up. There's information you can find at incorrigibleparty.com or worldanvil.com/w/Senta-Leland Steel. Our music is provided by Tabletop Audio and Sarastro. You can go to patreon.com/incorrigibleparty to support us or tell your friends. Rate and review us. Give us 5 stars. It's the least you can do. Also, join our Discord. Talk to us. Tell us how great we are. That's all. Yeah. Happy adventuring or something.
This has been a Sounds of Steel production.